Okay guys, so we're going to show you how to apply the livery. I'll create the decals separately now, so it should be easy and straightforward to do. So I'm going to do this GR4 impreza. Nice and simple, I think. So what I'm going to do with this one to start with, to make it all nice and neat and so the lines show better, a little bit better, is paint the entire body in the grey, which is in the server channel as we know the colour, and how to apply that. So okay, nice and simple. Doesn't matter about the mirrors and stuff like that, because generally speaking you can just wrap them separately or at a later date. The decals are nice and straightforward, so I will share these so it's easy to apply. So we'll do the bonnet first, usual add layer, and then I've separated it into the livery sort of thing. So I've only really put 3 up because that's all generally what we need. So we go for the middle one here, which is the bonnet one, and then we can manipulate that as big as you want. See how the stripe is already there. We put that really big, you make it as wide or as narrow as you want with the angle on it. That's not an issue. You can place that in position and then leave that as it is, just as a guide. So then what you want to do is come here, get the white or grey or whatever it is, it's like the off-white, and then expand that just so it covers the rest of the bonnet. See how it just overlaps, and then there's no black spaces there on the left hand side. Okay, press OK on that, duplicate that on reverse, because then that'll be the colour you want it to be. So for me, for example, I'm going to go with the teal green. Okay, finish, go back onto this, then change the colour now to the grey black to match the car. Move that layer up, and then there is the stripe thing, essentially, isn't it? Duplicate symmetrically, okay, and then you've got that piece there in the middle. So again, you're going to get the square, make that the correct colour, and then just to essentially fill the gap. If you go too far, it won't work. You've got to just get it to line up there. There are a couple of little spaces at the top, so again, you can get the square again, make it the grey colour, move that up, and then just make it wide just to get rid of that bit, and then there are the stripes there on the bonnet. Okay, for the side of the car then, add layer again, go into favorites, and then that is the side lower, it's called. Okay, so again, make that the colour that you want. It's either going to be this, or it'll be, you know, Ivan's colours, for example, which I will change the colour of the car slightly to show you. So again, expand that, make it nice and wide, and then you can see you want to make it as longer than it is tall, so then you really get the angle of that stripe. And just angle it slightly. See, you've got 358 there. I wouldn't worry too much about the bleed onto the rear bumper, because then you reposition it so it's just on the side skirts, okay? And then that's kind of it for that one. You duplicate symmetrically, change that then to the whites because of the slightly offset colour scheme we've gone for. Finish, done. And then there are the side skirts, for example, all done. Again, add layer for the rear now. So left, go to the rear bit. Now this is where it gets a little bit more complicated, but I'm actually going to do it slightly differently, just so we go to preset first. Make that the teal to match, and then the easiest way to do this is put this nice and long like this, so it covers most of the car. Okay, make it thick. It doesn't matter how thick it goes, because then you're going to be hiding most of it anyway. And then move this. So I always do this on a 4-door, so it gets to about halfway on the rear door handle, as you can see there on the right. Then lift this up just so the bottom corner of that triangle touches the bottom of the window. See, so that's generally how it is. Okay, again, duplicate, change the color, and you can sort of see now how the livery is starting to come together already. Okay, and then when we go to the rear bit, you want to go into this, go to here, Again, change the colour to match the black, and then you make this nice and big. I see there how the black is a slightly different colour on the car, but we can rectify that. And then it's just a case of just manipulating things and moving things around to get it to fit. Obviously, the green there on the top part we did before with that large thing is just too big. So we want to position this. So you can see there on the rear wheel arch here, you want to position it so you don't want to overlap like that. You want to move it just so you've got a gap. You know, it goes up to about, say, 11 o'clock sort of space. And then again, we're just manipulating this, so then you're basically making the triangle bigger or smaller for the black bit. This probably doesn't make any sense at the moment, but once you move the bottom bit up, it will do. So you're putting that into, say, about there, say, okay. Again, duplicate symmetrically, okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove that actually, and get the green, and then move this down. So see how the angle of the arrow now is showing. All right. So you want to have it so the stripes are roughly there, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it looks. I mean, each car's going to display the livery slightly differently anyway, so that's not that much of an issue. But what you want to do with... Oh, hang on, something's going wrong with the sound there. What you want to do with the black is make it bigger than you actually need. So, say, like that. Because it creates the outline. See how I'm moving that up just so it catches the bottom of the window there, yeah? Okay, symmetrically, perfect. Duplicate that layer, and for this side I'm going to make it the green, but then what I'm going to do is make this smaller, and then position that in such a way that you create... Once you've done this a couple of times, it'll be a lot quicker. But see how you create that sort of dual sort of... It's not just that triple colour, sorry, of the stripe there. All right. Duplicate that again. Make that the white, and see how then that just slots in, and it just works. See, so that's basically how the livery is going to be going. Obviously, you can make that black a bit taller, smaller, and whatever to suit the style of the car. And then all you're going to do here then is get your squares, make it the colour you want, and then fill the gap like this. Get that to line up with the top there on the roof, see, because we have got the stripe on there. Duplicate on the other side, make it the colour, and then see how the livery just comes together nice and simple, really, isn't it? For the rear, what I've done, so when I've put this square in, I've put a line to camera to start with, because it fills in the gaps a little bit better. You'll see in a minute. Make that the colour you want, and then for the black stripe in the middle, I've used the badge as a guide. So as you put there, and then go up, go all the way up as far if you want, and then that covers the boot like it should do, really. There's no gaps. Duplicate the other side, make it the colour, and then there's your black stripe down the middle and splitting the two. Okay. For the front then, pretty much same again, to be honest. Get the colour you want, angle it slightly so then it follows that line there, but you can see how it sort of curves towards the centre of the car. Again, you want to align the camera and see how it just changes it slightly. Change the angle to there, make that bigger like that, and then you can put whatever creative sort of flair you want on there then, because if you duplicate that, you've got the triangle at the front. Change that the right colour, and then it doesn't really matter on the bumper too much, because that's still that still works as it is, okay? But the lines follow from the stripe on the bonnet down the bumper, see? Now, you can add whatever you want to that, to be honest. It doesn't really matter because, generally speaking, these still all look roughly the same. And then you basically just add your sponsor logos. Oh, excuse me. And off you go, really. The best way I find to add the wolf at the back, for example, is go on the right-hand side. And then when you place it on, like say, like so, make that the white because it's the opposing colour on the other side, yeah? Duplicate it symmetrically, you can't see it, but then make that the grey. And there it is, see? So it's pretty straightforward. So I'll share these decals for you. It should be easy enough to apply, but if you do have any issues, just message me and I'll see what I can do to help out. Okay, great.